Battle continues. Still, they have the Taiwan Germany has many troops left. Good Iota Squadron! Blast their fighters out of the sky! You live up to your legacy. I am proud. Oh, good. Balls of slime against a heavily armored hover tank, yes. I see how that works. I'm not even going to bother shooting back. Yeah, fairly impressive looking tanks, I have to admit, but nothing compared to our mighty auto sleds. Oh yes. Satellite remains. Dig them up. Every bit of scrap can be useful. Now, wellness. Botanists at the Gaian Well are eager to begin their work in earnest and await direction on the methodological practices. Quite a bit of tongue twisters in this simulation. Through early trials, botanists have discovered that by creating hybrids of galaxy-wide plants and flora with this planet's indigenous plant life, they can produce even more energy than is currently anticipated. However, by isolating the standard flora, they would be able to benefit from traditional industry. Well, we can always get new plants later. Make hybridized plants. Push science forward a bit. By creating hybrids of plant life, botanists at the Gaian Well are already yielding improved results.
لدينا بعض الخبرة في التجارة.
Ah, my dear. We will go into space together soon, I promise. Nice glowing tattoos you've got. Match your eyes. Quite beautiful. A crash program, of course. Friends forever and all that.
저와 협력하신다면 큰 힘이 될 것입니다.
No. Yes, yours the same, but I cannot allow you to continue your work to contact our enemy. No, they destroyed! Curses!
智慧和财富是最好的分享物。
No.
智慧
You've attacked us and then you think you can just back out? Absolutely not! We established communications. Oh dear. Even they are trying to contact the galaxy. We can't allow that. I'm sorry, dear friend, but we are going to have to keep an eye on you. Former ally. What is this then? A secret little hidden city. The Jedi are declaring war on the Republic? How bizarre! Charged! Incoming message from the citizen John Harrell. Great leader! My brother Cranston and I are here before you as entrepreneurs with a big plan. If you back our proposal, we believe we can blanket the colony in a sea of wireless electricity. We plan to launch hundreds of tiny geostationary satellites directly above our territory. That will harvest solar energy and send it back to the planet's surface as microwaves. The main beneficiary of this plan would be the citizens with mechanical augmentations. Currently, these artificial limbs require batteries, a cumbersome limitation for our colonists. I'm switching accents here rather quickly. We continue. This external electricity source would be a significant improvement. However, the tech required to do this still needs funding. My brother and I would like your help in developing this wireless technology. Well, we already have what we need for that, do we? Incoming message from John Harrell again. Great news! Thanks to your help, Harrell Wireless Inc. is ready to do business. The technology is ready and our microsatellites are assembled. We will launch these alongside the next orbital launch. Launch 2 orbital venue units. Okay. The best troops are young enough to relish combat, but old enough to prefer not walking into it. Left destroyers. Oh, that sounds grand.
The great value of this planet is that it brings into sharp relief the essential nature of our humanity.
And the strength of imperial determination. We can actually make these left destroyers. A gigantic, heavily armed assault platform that hovers above the terrain, allowing it to traverse canyon and water. A very powerful ranged and siege unit. Oh yes, we want that. Now that we have that in order, well, since we need to launch satellites for that other project, we should work towards the will of launching satellites. So planetary engineering, and then we can work it with geoscaping, which should allow us for some interesting satellites to be constructed. Was that supposed to hurt? Transcendence. Oh, that's not too troubling. Should Jedi want to commune with the Force or such nonsense or become one with it? That's their business. Ooh, those are some big cannons. I wonder if that will impress our dear friend with Alpha Law. Counterattack! Quite the pickle. As much as I wish to conquer, we need to keep Kalex's conquest safe. Left tank, you will have to do this work on your own for a while. Boom! Keep firing. Never stop firing. It's one of the lessons I've learned in my long military career. Never stop firing. Finished up this front quickly. Another worthless outpost to remove. Good.
Le commerce fonctionne quand on comprend l'autre.
I'm not so sure anymore about you. I'll leave you alone. Stop throwing rocks at my tanks. Ah, my second satellite. We launched that over Ashkigalia. Incoming advertisement from Harrell Wireless Inc. Harrell Inc. is here too for your electricity needs. With the new microsatellites, a blanket of wireless power is available across cities of the Lost Empire. Our CEO and co-founder, John Harrell, has also generously offered to license our proprietary technology to augmentation manufacturers. New and wireless powered augmentations are currently being developed. Keep an eye out for these new products, featuring the Harrell seal of approval soon! Excellent. I hate that it's being turned
Put
into...
a machine into motion by disengaging the brakes. Put humanity into motion by disengaging ideology that holds back its potential.
No, that's going a bit far. Still, this technology has led to our new... Ooh. The Seraph jet. Now that is a jet fighter. Look at all those spikes. I love spikes. Minus 4G less network data links. Yes, with as many cities as we have, we need to collect all the data together in rapid information exchanges. This battle is going slower than I had anticipated. Curses!
एक और एक 11 होते हैं.
Contemplate the error of your ways as you worship a fabricated instead of divine universe. Are you getting smug with me, Jedi? This is a great loss for us.
Behold, unsleeping Cynosure, the golem whose minds span Kalpa.
And this is a great victory for us. The Cynosure. It looks like one of the grand temples of Korriban. Let's see exactly what it is. Signature. Here we go. The exponential growth of quantum computing quickly opened up new opportunities to create even more powerful artificial intelligences. In particular, the work of an AI human team, 9 Bigden, and the Ismail Beath in the theoretical development of Bayesian chain state array led to the creation of the most powerful types of AI ever created. Starting with the lodestone, sadly terminated due to a catastrophic dephasing of its primary state array into neutrinos. Right, I'm sure that's bad. A series found its accumulation with the Signature, the most powerful synthetic sentient being ever created. So it's a giant supercomputer, a superintelligence. Signature's metacognition demonstrably spans multiple universes and may perturb events in multiple polycosms. Reflected echoes of its processing can be detected in electron disturbances of distant worlds, possibly even cause itself. Well, I do not quite understand how a computer could do that, but I'm sure these computer scientists will have it figured out. It's maximally such technobabble. It's maximally strange on the Basel scale of non-human behavior, possessing recognizable sentience and manifesting this sentience only through symbolic manipulation. Can these people speak normally? I swear I'm not this technobabbly, and I'm a droid engineer. And half droid myself at this point. It is physically foreboding. The black quasi-crystalline slabs of its arrays making no sounds, alternating between heat and chill. Occasionally tracery of electrical activity playing just below the surface. Its interface on this world is a neurosymbolic terminal system whose complexity is far beyond the Markov eclipse, whatever that is. The operators who serve the Signature must be selected at a young age and conditioned over the years to the Signature symbolic language before they are first permitted to attempt interface with Signature's immense, ponderous and cold intelligence. Signature ostensibly contemplates problems whose solution is beyond the scope of most AI systems. Problems of prediction and post-diction, of chaotic systems which could only find solution through a massively parallel quantum contemplation. However, it can be demonstrated mathematically that Signature possesses a computational power far beyond any problem that is likely to be posed to it. And so it seems that with Signature spends most of its time thinking about R itself and things it finds interesting. What these things are, however, are utterly unknowable to us. This sounds rather useless. What's a computer if it just is busy computing its computer? That's stupid. Signature occasionally manipulates events in the world for its own purposes. These events appear to be unconnected, possibly even capricious. It does not frequently initiate contact with its operators, who stand ready to serve it. It answers some inquiries put to it with a laconic what the hell is this word? Epigrammic answers? Seriously, these people need to learn how to write normally. And those answers are often later to be found laden with meaning that can be unpacked from them. Signature ignores most other questions, after indicating that it has heard and understood. Most disturbing are the questions answered with a koan-like redirection, which later proves to be highly relevant to a distant line of inquiry whose connections was not known to us at the time. The inquiries are kept and studied by the operators who serve Signature, and they are confident that humanity will eventually approach a point where Signature will be more approachable and understandable partner for humanity. Others are less confident. The first query put to Signature was, "What is the shape of the universe?" To which Signature answered, the question is not even wrong." Signature then terminated connection with the operator. What a worthless experiment. I'm half tempted to just wreck it, but at least it looks impressive. Kind of like the old temples of Korriban, so that's something. Nano-termites. Hopefully that's more useful than a giant supercomputer who arrogantly refuses to serve. Where is that thing even? Probably somewhere in the middle of the city. Something fishy. Our torpedo targeting system were about to get their first real test when we discovered a flaw in the software. Well, correct it. It seems our engineers miscalculated the torpedo size in centimeters rather than meters. How idiotic is it? Incompetent fools. As a result, the system thinks it has several thousand tiny torpedoes rather than 100 large ones. However, this could prove beneficial. If we recalibrate the torpedo steering system, we can make them almost behave the way the system expects, allowing allowing us to respond to much more minute threats at close range. Alternatively, we can fix the software and keep our long-range heavy torpedoes working as designed. Fix the targeting software. And also, those people responsible for that miscalculation, tie them to some of our torpedoes. We designed the torpedoes for a purpose. We need to ensure they fulfill it. Our warheads are designed for long range and maximum damage. We must rewrite the software to make sure they perform as intended. Of course. No, another unit lost. Losing this front, that's not acceptable. What in the hell is that? Ah, first left destroyer. Look at that thing. It's got guns everywhere. Oh, the glee. And as painful as this to admit, I think we've lost this front. Retreat. Suppose they may have that city for now. For now. Ah, this cuts me to my very core to admit such a defeat. It's terrible. Just terrible. I think I should comfort myself by building another giant left destroyer. And another giant left destroyer. Lord Diar, log entry number 15. An equatable number of standard galactic solar hours ago, I invested a sizable amount of kinetic energy to move my relative position in relationship to the three-dimensional galaxy to be more similar to the relative position of the Sinister platform in three-dimensional space. Following this process, a new process was initiated to consume biological energy, in accordance with the laws of thermodynamics of course, with the express purpose of communicating my generally negative conclusion and disposition in regards to the system's contributions to global prosperity of the societal union that labels itself as the Lost Empire. The Sinister system then proceeded to use its communication systems to relay several data documents regarding to the absorption and transformation of societal structures. I, that is to say, the collection of cells and neurochemical connections that communicate through a singular identity unit, then proceeded to previously mentioned communication process that the Sinister system should forcefully copulate with itself, and that the individual known as Lord Diar would use the platform as a footstand for a giant statue of himself. See, that would be more useful, you worthless piece of shit! End of log entry.